Megan Olivi here with Rory MacDonald. We're in Atlanta for the UFC Open Workouts. Rory, you were supposed to fight at UFC 140 and then you pulled out due to injury. What exactly did you hurt and how are you recovering?
I hurt my right leg. I was sprinting, and it started in my quad and into my hip, and then I had like a meniscus tear. So the whole knee with the muscle tightness, it was just like pulling my knee, and I couldn't like walk downstairs or upstairs. It was like I was pretty immobile. It took like a couple months to fix it, but like the actual like week of the fight happened, I was able to get back in the gym. So I would have had no time to train for the fight, but I felt like it was a smarter thing to do is just heal it rather than risk getting surgery after a fight.
So you had a fully healthy training camp then for this fight against Shea Mills?
Yeah, I feel completely healthy. I'm it's like one of my first that I don't actually have an injury, so I can't complain about that.
Now your opponent, Shea Mills, had one fight. He made his UFC debut a few months ago. What did you think of that performance? But also, were you able to watch some of his other fights in organizations such as BAMMA, like to be able to study him a little bit?
My coaches did. I just seen like the actual knockout of his UFC fight. I didn't really study him. I leave it to my coaches. I just focus on myself and what my coaches tell me to train. I feel like I'm more prepared and have a better mindset going into fights that way.
Normally it's like you're the new guy or you were the new kid in your fights, and now he's the new guy and the tables are a little bit turned. How does that make you feel? I mean, is it added pressure or is it kind of a relief that you don't have to prove yourself anymore?
Yeah, it's similar to the situation with Carlos when I fought him, because I had one fight before that and people were like, why is this kid fighting Carlos? And I made my statements. So I completely, I don't underestimate Shea. He's a dangerous guy. Just because media doesn't know him doesn't mean he's not a great fighter. So I train likewise. And no, the pressure is not getting to me. I have my own mindset. People can say what they want to say. I fight for myself, not for other people's opinions. So.
You mentioned Carlos Condit, and you had an amazing performance against him, and it went to the very last few seconds of that third round. What did you think of his performance against Diaz, and how eager are you to kind of get a rematch with him?
Yeah, I didn't think either of them fought that great. For a title fight, I didn't think they were either. I didn't think they fought very well. But that happens. Even the best guys have their off nights. But if he fought like that against me, it wouldn't have been a good night.
Now we just spoke to George St Pierre, who you train with all the time, and we've heard your coach Faraz say that you are going to be the next champion at welterweight. What's going to happen there when George is already up there and you're climbing up the ranks? Is that a situation that you think you guys can avoid?
Yeah, 100%. I'll take my turn, wait for George. I'm young, and I'm learning lots from George in the gym. So he has seniority. I'm just kind of waiting my turn. If it came down to it, if it was years down the road and I was at my peak, I'd have to go up and wait. I don't care. I'll fight bigger guys, but I don't think that'll happen. George is getting older, and I think maybe he's gonna either retire or whatever. We'll see. That's a road down the road, so or whatever that we'll cross it when we get there.
Yeah, how realistic do you feel moving to 185 would be? Because you're still really young. Do you cut a lot of weight for a welterweight? I mean, would it be feasible for you to move up to 85 in a couple years?
Yeah, I cut like a normal amount of weight that everyone else does, but I'm not gonna move up to middleweight because of my size. If I get bigger, then fine. But right now, I'd go up and fight middleweight anyway. Like when I'm at my peak, that's when it's possible. When I'm peaking and I'm beating 185ers in the gym, and I'm sharp, and no one's doing it, no one's touching me in the gym. I know I'm able to take that step to middleweight, which I will one day.
All right. Well, thank you so much for talking to us, Rory. You've been here for hours, it seems like, so go get some food and get some rest. Good luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
Thanks.